Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this May the 5th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Friday out there so far. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy your Friday afternoon as well. Also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay. If you're a new viewer and have not subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Love to have you. Like these videos, share these videos, and because it do help out more people to find my content, and everybody get a chance. I would greatly appreciate it. And if any weather channels out there watch this video, can y'all give me a shout out? Love to have you. Um, Give me a shout out on your forecast channel if you do not mind. Alrighty. Well, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the satellite loop across the lower 48. We're also going to be talking about the weather radar as well. We're going to take a look at the Watches Warning Advisory and also the Storm Prediction Center outlook for today through Sunday for severe weather across portions of the nation. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get the show on the road here. We're going to take a look at the satellite loop here. As you can see, we've got a little system here over the southeastern United States. Continue to push off to the east-southeast. Going to bring some scattered showers, maybe some thunderstorms to portions of South Carolina, Georgia, back into Alabama, maybe Mississippi and Louisiana and Florida today and tomorrow. So we've got a little system up here bringing some precipitation to portions of the upper Midwest over toward the Great Lakes region. Also got a system over here in portions of the Pacific Northwest bringing some rain, snow, and maybe some thunderstorm to your location. Pretty dry across the southern portion of the United States and U.S. as well. Another radar across the nation. As you can see, we got scattered activity over portions of New Hampshire, back into portion of Pennsylvania, and also back over toward the Maryland area and also Washington D.C. vicinity. There comes that shower and maybe a few thunderstorm activity pushing to the east toward the Carolina through Georgia, back over Mississippi, like I said, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Louisiana, Arkansas, back into portions of Tennessee and Missouri and southern Illinois. Got some shower and thunderstorm activity over the Panhandle of Florida into the Gulf of Mexico. We got some shower activity also back up here in portions of Iowa, back over towards Wisconsin and Minnesota, all the way back into portions of South Dakota, back into Montana and southern Canada, also Idaho and portions of Utah and Colorado, getting in some rain and snow showers there as well. Nevada and Utah, like I say, getting a little bit of snow showers there. California as well, back over Washington State and Oregon. Also got some shower activity off the coast there. Pretty dry across Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas, Oklahoma, and portions of Kansas as well, and southern Nebraska. Like I said, pretty quiet across Ohio, back into portions of West Virginia, Virginia, North Carolina, back into eastern Tennessee and central and eastern Kentucky. We got over here Guam. We got some shower activity around you guys. Around Alaska, a few spotty snow showers and rain showers over central and south. Over here around the Hawaiian Chain Island, got a few scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm in your vicinity, and also some shower and thunderstorm falling over Puerto Rico as well. Alrighty, let's go ahead and take a look at the watches, warnings, and advisories. Not that many to talk about in this here. We do still have a flood advisory report from New York State, flood warning in effect for portions of eastern Pennsylvania and also portions of Delaware. Up here around New Jersey as well. Special marine warnings offshore of the Florida Panhandle. Got a big area here of red flag warnings for southeast Colorado and also into much of New Mexico. Flood watches over portions of northwest Colorado. Also portions of Idaho, back over eastern Idaho, back into central Idaho, and also northern Idaho. Got some flood watches there as well. Got a wind advisory portion of Montana. Got some hydro issues over Montana, northern Idaho, back into Washington State, and also into Oregon. Special weather statements running in the portions of California. Got some river flood warnings in Nevada as well, and flood advisories over portions of Idaho and one county there in portion of Oregon. Alaska looks good and got some gale warnings going on around the Hawaiian Chain Island. Alright, let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for today. As you can see, we got quiet conditions along the East Coast. We got general thunderstorm from portions of Alabama all the way back to Texas through portion of Missouri, all the way up into portion of Wisconsin, southern Minnesota, back into portions South Dakota, back into Montana, Idaho, back over to Nevada, northern Utah, and also portion of northern Colorado. We have a marginal risk down here in Louisiana and portion of southern Mississippi, and a little piece of Florida Panhandle, and also Alabama. Also, we have a marginal risk also down here in Texas, slight risk also in portion of Texas. Also a marginal risk over here in Kansas, over in the portion of northeast Wyoming and northeast Colorado, with a slight risk also in western Kansas, western Nebraska, northeast Colorado as well. And if anybody in the marginal risk, this includes San Antonio, Texas, New Orleans, Louisiana, Plato, Texas, Lincoln, Nebraska, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And in the slight risk, this includes Dallas, Texas, Austin, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, and Irving, Texas, and surrounding vicinities. Let's take a look at the tornado probability for today. We have a 2% down here in Louisiana, 2% over Texas, and also 2% over a portion of Kansas, Nebraska, and eastern Colorado. And if you're in the 2%, this includes New Orleans, Louisiana, Metairie, Louisiana, Waco, Texas, Killian, Texas, and Round Rock, Texas. All right, let's take a look at the wind probability for today. We have a 5% over Louisiana, Mississippi, also in Texas, also up here in portions of Kansas, Nebraska, also in the Colorado and Wyoming, 15% over Texas, and the 5% includes San Antonio, Texas, New Orleans, Louisiana, Plato, Texas, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and Garland, Texas. The 15% include Dallas, Texas, Austin, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, and Irving, Texas. And let's take a look at the hail probability for today. We have 5% over Louisiana, Mississippi, also over here in Texas, also up here in, like I said, Nebraska, Kansas, and also portions of Wyoming and southern South Dakota. 15% also in that vicinity, that area as well, and also got a higher chance for severe hail in that vicinity and over Texas. And if you're in them areas, this includes Killian, Texas, Corpus Cove, Texas, Cleburne, Texas, Canary, Nebraska, and Burleson, Texas. The 15% include Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, Irving, Texas, and Grand Prairie, Texas. The 5% includes San Antonio, Texas, Austin, Texas, New Orleans, Louisiana, Plano, Texas, and Lincoln, Nebraska. All right, let's move on to day 2. This is your Saturday outlook. Excuse me, I went to 3. Let's go back to 2. I forgot I set it on 3. But here's your day 2 outlook now. But then we'll go back to day 3. We got general thunderstorm from Florida back to all the way through Alabama to Mississippi, back into Texas, all the way into Missouri, all the way back to Kansas, Nebraska, all the way back over, all the way back into Washington State, Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, southern portion of Canada as well, around the Great Lakes region. I got a marginal risk still included down here in Louisiana and Mississippi, still over in Texas and Oklahoma, also over here in portions of Kentucky, back into Illinois, Missouri, back into Iowa, southwestern Wisconsin, and southern Minnesota, and southeast South Dakota. If you're in the marginal risk, this include, excuse me about that, marginal risk, this includes San Antonio, Texas, Dallas, Texas, New Orleans, Louisiana, Plano, Texas, and Madison, Wisconsin. If you're in the slight risk, this includes Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, St. Louis, Missouri, Wichita Falls, Texas, and Denton, Texas. Let's take a look at the tornado probability for your Saturday. We still have 2% over Louisiana and Mississippi, over Texas and Oklahoma, and like I said, over here around Illinois, Missouri, and southeast portion of Iowa. And if you're in these areas, this includes Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, New Orleans, Louisiana, Arlington, Texas, St. Louis, Missouri. All right, let's take a look at the wind probability. We have 5% still down here in Louisiana, Mississippi, over here in Texas, with a 15% also in Texas and Oklahoma as well. Also, we got 5% and 15% over here, 5% in Kentucky, all the way back into Wisconsin and Minnesota. Also in the Iowa and also southeast South Dakota. We've got 15% over here in portions of Illinois, Missouri, and southern Iowa. And if you're in the 15%, this includes Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, St. Louis, Missouri, Carrollton, Texas, and Wichita Falls, Texas. 5% includes San Antonio, Texas, Dallas, Texas, New Orleans, Louisiana, Plano, Texas, and Madison, Wisconsin. Alrighty, and let's take a look at the hail probability. We still have 5% down here in Louisiana. Still got 5% over here in Texas and Oklahoma. 15% in Texas and Oklahoma as well, with significant hail over Texas and Oklahoma. 5% and 15% extending from Kentucky all the way back into southern Minnesota and southeast South Dakota and southwest Wisconsin. And the significant severe hail will be Fort Worth, Texas, Wichita Falls, Texas, Denton, Texas, North Richland Hills, Texas, and Hamilton City, Texas. The 15% include Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, St. Louis, Missouri, Wichita Falls, Texas, and Denton, Texas. And the 5% includes San Antonio, Texas, Dallas, Texas, New Orleans, Louisiana, Plano, Texas, and Madison, Wisconsin. That's for hail on your Saturday. Okay, now let's take a look at your day 3. This would be Sunday. As you can see, we got general thunderstorm pretty much over most of the country. Florida to almost New York, to Wisconsin, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, back to Montana, Idaho, back over to eastern Washington State. Eastern Oregon State, excuse me. Northern Colorado, all the way back into Texas. Got a marginal risk extending from Texas all the way through Oklahoma, all the way into Kansas, eastern Nebraska, all the way into Iowa, southern Minnesota, southwestern Wisconsin, northwestern Illinois. Also got some over here in Michigan, all the way through Ohio, back into portion of West Virginia and northeast Indiana. And if you're in the marginal risk, this includes Houston, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Detroit, Michigan, and Columbus, Ohio, and surrounding areas. Slight risk include Des Moines, Iowa, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Waterloo, Iowa, Iowa City, Iowa, and WQ, Iowa for the slight risk. And let's take a look at the probability. We have a 5% from Texas all the way into, like I say, southern Minnesota, southwest Wisconsin through northwest Illinois, like I said, including Oklahoma and portions of northwest Missouri and northeastern Nebraska and eastern Kansas and southeast Nebraska, sorry. Southern Michigan back into portions of West Virginia, including Ohio, for severe weather. If you're in the 5%, this includes Houston, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Detroit, Michigan, and Columbus, Ohio, and surrounding vicinity. 15% include Des Moines, Iowa, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Waterloo, Iowa, in Iowa City, Iowa, and WQ, Iowa. Excuse me if I mispronounced that name wrong. Sorry about that if I did. But hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope everybody continue to stay safe and well. Enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Sorry about the mistakes I made. I'm trying to get it done. Trying to get the weather forecast done for everybody. So I can go ahead and carry on with my day. And I hope everybody has a wonderful afternoon. Enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. And we will catch you back in the next video.